This is Tim Willis, and with only a copy of OBS and a built-in laptop microphone, this is another video from Nomad Funnelhacker. So what we're looking at is a site called Kaggle. It's at kaggle.com. Sometimes we need to get data on certain things, and we're looking for a data set to do that. In particular, I am doing this video because I'm going to be doing in the future a companion video that will involve using some of the data sets we find here at Kaggle. But I just want to show Kaggle itself right now. Kaggle has more data sets than you can imagine on all sorts of subjects. And it's also a very user-friendly site. And you'll have to go ahead and sign up and get a login. But once you do that, it doesn't cost you anything to use Kaggle. Looking at the main panel of Kaggle right now, I haven't put in search term or anything right now. This is just what they have on the main panel today. And so we've got these trending data sets. You can see malaria detection, Disney princess popularity, Instagram multi-class fake detecting, and procurement KPI analysis data set. That's pretty wide range of subjects. And then if we come down here, we have some benchmark data sets, university and colleges, earth and nature. In other words, there's all sorts of data sets here. It's a good research tool, especially if you're looking for a large set of data to look at trends. You can get fairly deep in this, and a lot of data analysis specialists will use this site along with other sites as well. But just to show how this works, let's go ahead and do a search. And let's put in something that wouldn't be necessarily a real techie or scientific thing. Let's put in baseball. And just see if we come up with anything. Several hits. In fact, we have 446 data sets from the search term baseball. Baseball player metrics. Let's choose this one here. Oh, we've got more information here about this. It says its usability is 10. It's got an MIT license. You might want to look at the license. I generally don't, but I only occasionally use the site, but it is useful when you need to find something like this. And then it gives us some information on what kind of data is going to be in here, code, discussions and suggestions if there are any. There's some tags as well that may be useful. And then it has a more detailed thing on what's in here. And you can see some more graphs and charts. Now, if we want to actually use this, what we're going to want to do is download this, and most of these are going to be CSV files. Okay, so if we actually wanted to use this, we would want to go to our download button here. And we would come down here where it says download dataset as zip. Click on that. It's going to download it as a zip file. Now, the title is going to be, in this case, archive.zip, which doesn't give you a whole lot of description. So you're probably, once you get this out of your downloads folder, going to want to change the name to something or you remember what it is. I would just probably change it, in this case, to baseball player metrics. But then you have your file. So let's go ahead, grab this file, and I pasted the file we downloaded here in this folder that I use just for different pictures and things I use in projects. Let's go ahead and unzip this. And we can see it is a Microsoft Excel CSV file. And so you can open this up in Microsoft Excel, you could open up in something like Open Office. You'd have to make sure to select Open Office as the program you're using. But typically what we might want to do with this is also use it in an AI tool, and the one I have in mind, because it's the one I've worked with before, is Claude 2. But those are our options. Let's go ahead and open this up and just see what it looks like. This is what the file looks like. It's an Excel spreadsheet. It's got various designations here. We probably would need to go back to our explanation at Kaggle to see what those abbreviations mean, but it's basically just a file with some stats. And so this is the kind of thing that we could use if we were going to maybe do some research on stats of baseball players. So let's go back to Kaggle for. Okay, and we see here, in order to make sense of that spreadsheet, we're going to probably need to copy and paste this in some kind of document like Notepad or Google Docs, so we can figure out what all those abbreviations at the top mean. But that is just a basic overview of Kaggle, what it is, and how you can use it, at least to download a data set. Let's go back out to the front here. Let's go ahead and do a search. Okay, so you can see it shows that we searched for baseball already. And let's do a search on something else just for fun. And I'm trying to think of something ridiculous actually here, just to demonstrate how many data sets there are. Okay. Unicorns, maybe. No, we got data sets of unicorns, so let's go for it. How about that? So there's actually data sets of unicorns. Now, some of these may be fictitious, so you're going to have to, use some common sense when using Kaggle. And let's do something that's a little more reasonable. We'll try EV batteries. We have 35 results. Not all these titles would indicate that they were what I was expecting, but there certainly are ones that have to do with EVs. There's more like cells analysis. There is one on batteries. But again, it was just a random search, and that's what came up. So that gives you an idea of just how many data sets there are here. If you need a data set and for research, or you need a data set to use in a project that maybe you want to feed it into some kind of AI program like Claude 2. And I would imagine you can do it in ChatGPT. I just never have used ChatGPT for that. This is a good place to get those data sets. So that's really all I wanted to do on this video, is introduce the Kaggle website and let people know that you can find all sorts of data sets on all sorts of things here, and it doesn't cost you anything. I do have in mind a future video in which we will be using Kaggle with another program, but that is down the road. So my name is Tim Willis. I'm a certified ClickFunnels funnel builder. I make tutorial demonstration videos on ClickFunnels, social funnel building, web page design, and the tools that we use, which in this case is Kaggle. That's the video for now. I'll talk to you later.